In a world with many similarities to our own, there lies two planets that are both experiencing societal turmoil. One of them, the planet Remus, there lies a town named Hazel that is on the outskirts of one of the busiest cities on the planet. While society is strained with cultural change, in this town, there are beings that no one has seen and struggle not to be found as time goes on. The following is the story of some of the people who end up finding them through no fault of their own. This is Hazeltown Story. Okay, from there you can see inside the room, basically the route that it took is effectively, and I'll quick draw and then remove it, as basically goes effectively that. And that is how you can see inside that room. There are two guys. There is a big desk in the middle of the room that has basically someone behind the desk that someone is now holding them hostage effectively with a gun. Then they have someone else there who is also armed, standing on the opposite end of the desk, who almost shot at the thing, but realized that that would just be wasting ammo at this point.
Two hostiles, one hostage.
Well, I'm going, what's this fucked up looking dog?
How did they react to the robo spiders looping through the room?
So I will actually say this. The person who is not holding the hostage did manage to get a foot down on the thing. It did not break it, but it damaged it.
Oh well. I can make those repairs.
Is the upper guy standing by the window?
There is no window.
You said there was.
He is effectively across from the window. Like the window would be like right here to here. Like basically in front of where this is effectively a desk.
This?
Yes. It's like a table that has some stuff on it.
All right, and he's just standing up. He's not crouching behind it or anything.
Actually, I have a feeling that with him noticing that the drone was not theirs, that he probably crouched. But from what they were doing, no, he was just kind of standing there. The drone is now out of the room.
All right, then. In that case,
Like
Bobby's going... Go ahead.
I say it's like when you see one of those like horrible little house bugs just skitter along the wall and everyone freaks the fuck out.
Right. Yeah, Bobby's going to stride over to the window, kind of aim his rifle in a way that's like up. He's going to like raised up, but like aiming downwards, and just fire through the window at where the guy was.
Okay, so I'm going to say because you don't know in between what happened between what the drone saw that's a desperate action.
Yep.
And the effect is going to be limited.
The hell it is. It's going to be standard.
It's going to be standard. 1613. So
Hey guys,
I will give you this. As you like fire into the window, you manage to I take it like you fired like up towards like the upper, like one of the upper corners of the window, which manages to hit the little thing that was holding the blinds there. It manages to make it fall, so it covers like half of the blind falls down.
No, that's not where I was aiming.
Why did
I was aiming
or wait,
downward.
So wait, how? Oh, you were aiming down. So hold on. What were you saying? Or how were you aiming?
I think basically the idea is that DM had the gun held high in the air but angled down.
Yeah, okay. Trying to at an angle that would try to shoot around.
I thought you were doing the opposite direction.
Like the desk, like right against the window, right?
Yeah.
And the dude's crouching behind it.
So basically, you're blind firing.
Yeah, basically trying to hit the guy.
Okay, so with the angle that you were doing that, you manage to. I'm gonna do this. You do manage to hear like a grimace, uh, likely coming from someone who got winged with a shot. So you definitely hit him. Uh,
All right, so yeah, Bobby's going to go back to where he was standing before, next to the door.
okay, so they're kind of like right here first lack of a better thing, because the door opens out like the entrance is like right here. It's on the other side of this.
Yeah, he's just going to be standing on next to the wall by the door.
So like by this opening.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's going to shout into the room. Do we have an understanding now?
Also, just before I forget, I'm going to give Aravi. Since I'm pretty sure it's an auto success, right?
Any attempts at probing the mind? Yes.
No. Your barrier, because you were wanting
It
to
is
cast
an
it.
action roll, actually,
Oh, it is.
which is weird.
It's an action roll. That shouldn't be an action roll.
Okay. Well, either way, then.
I
It's
will just mark one stress, and you got it.
Hell yeah! Now I got 2 whole armor.
Okay. So, which also should remind me, Bobby, what do you have armor-wise, just so if I need it?
I have 1 armor because of his John Wick suit.
Okay, you have 1. Okay. All right. So, what were you planning on doing?
Just once he got back alongside the door, he shouts in the room, "Do we have an understanding now?"
You hear a shout from the door that is, I don't know who you are or what you want, but if you want this guy, if you want this guy alive, I highly suggest you all leave right now.
Unfortunately for you, sir, I don't give a single fuck about that man.
You kind of hear a pause that's like, well, just trying to think. Just trying to think is like, well, it is like, oh look, I'm like, what are you, common thieves? Like, there's nothing here to steal. There's just piss off.
Oh, we're here for the same reason I assume you are. You guys are Orion, are you not?
So what of it?
We're here for Elysium.
It's kind of, it says like, what exactly are you gonna do with it?
Bobby will look at Aravia. Orbit?
Be issues with pets.
Sorry, what's up?
So,
How much did
do
you
you,
miss?
A little bit. I had to step away. What's up?
We're talking with the guys in the room, and the guy just asked what we were going to do with Elysium. I threw it out to you.
Take it back home. Not a fucking monster like you.
what do you mean back home? Where do you know where its home is?
What business is it yours?
I don't know. What are you just gonna put it in like some sort of like place where it is? These things aren't even like meant to be here.
I was just gonna ask it where its home is.
But do you think you can even get it there?
Oh, absolutely.
Um, it's responded is like, I'm like, well, just trying to think out for it. Like, if you think you can go or like take it back to whatever you think its home is, you guys are lunatics, and I'm certainly not going to just hand it over to someone related to a bunch of wingnuts.
I told you, I can talk to it. I can just ask it what its home is.
Oh, so you're not in a position to negotiate, friend.
I don't know why you think I'm crazy. Sorry you don't know how to talk to them.
But let me verify something for a second. And Bobby turns to Elliot and says, "What's your friend's name?"
Elliot got taken out of the thing, I thought.
He got moved out of the way by Ash. I don't know if that meant.
Oh, I
he
thought
was
you were
taken out
like
of the-
taking him outside. Let's see. Okay, if he's just standing outside. I swear I didn't look at these names before. It's like, what the hell name is Daxton?
Paxton Sutter.
Such Daxton Hittery. But um let's say the name was Anton.
All right. Bobby calls into the room and says, "Hey, Anton."
You hear noise of someone speaking and then immediately a thud and it no longer saying anything.
Bobby just tuts and said, "You should let him speak, friend. It determines your future."
Um I'm gonna say at this point, um, uh, they say, I'm like, look, we can all just go on and walk out of here without anyone getting hurt, or are you really gonna risk your lives for a rock? They
Oh,
probably don't have any clue of what to
absolutely.
do with it.
We have risked our lives for far stupider things.
I told you before, I can just ask it what its home is.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna say at this point, any further communication is gonna require an action roll.
All right. Well, in that case, gonna do charm. Bobby. All right. Bobby says to once again, I'm going to ask Anton my question again, and this time I'm going to need you to not interrupt.
Uh, your position is going to be desperate, and your effect is going to be um, your effect's going to be limited,
It is not. It
or
is
it's going to be
standard.
standard. Okay, 33511. Um, so you have a partial success of desperate standard. Um, here's what the thing is that um effectively and I don't know that exactly this is how it's intended to work, but let me actually check something. Um you you basically he basically says that uh uh he basically says is like, you know what, fine. um and then uh he actually lets he's like, you know what, if that's the case, I have no use for him. And he basically just lets him go and lets him out the door. Um and I will say that the moment that he gets out the door, there is a both doors open and there is just a whole bunch of smoke that comes out of the doors.
All right. Like, the moment that Anton comes out the door, Bobby will yank him to the side and say, are these the only ways in and out of the room?
What was that?
Bobby will yank Anton to the side and say, are these the only ways in and out of the room?
Um he says yes.
All right. Is he lying?
No.
All right. That then Bobby will just shove him off in the direction of Elliot and Ash.
Okay. Um I will say this as another part of this. Actually, I'm curious. From the doors, or as they open, the amount of smoke that comes out. Um, as you like kind of go to the side, on both sides of the door, there is a disorienting flash. Uh, so I don't know if technically this is how you're supposed to do this, but let's just say Aravia and Bobby, each of you notice that there is something weird about the door right before it goes off. So, how do you action roll in response?
Maneuver.
Yeah, maneuver to get out of the way.
Okay. Um, with both of you, it is let's just say it's risky standard for both as a base.
Yeah, I'll let DM go first.
I mean, we can both just go at the same time.
True. Damn, it's too late to add enhanced mobility. Oh no. It's fine. I already have too many dice.
Okay, DM
Fours.
rolled a 4 and a 4.
For reference, I'm going to have 4 dice. What was it? Risky standard? Yeah, 4
Risky
dice.
standard.
Power of bullshit.
Okay, 5, 2, 4, 5. The effect of that is that you are. Let me just double check. Let's see, disrupt. I didn't realize it did damage. I'm gonna say both of you take 1 stress, or the penalty is gonna be 1 stress, and you kind of flinch for a moment.
Okay.
We've got two.
What was that, DM?
We've got 2 snipers trained on the door, so we'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm not super worried.
Plus whatever Elmus does. What happens next?
Yeah.
So from that you hear it's like you think that you have vision or like, so it's like, well, you just hear, well, here's the thing, and it's like, well, now you've just annoyed us. So if you think that you can mess with, or like you can just kind of waltz in here, just take us out, those people, like, it's like, I really didn't want to do this, but you're gonna have to see, you, like, if you think we're all just, is like, I'm just trying to think out of phrases, is like, you see, I was kind of hoping that we could just kind of leave here and then no one gets hurt, but now we're gonna have to show you what magic is all about. And then they proceed to, let's see. You then see that there are, uh, what they proceed to do is that there are two things of light that appear in front of each door, or that appear like in a bubble around the thing.
Around just the doors, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was done with them.
They still have a big fucking window.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the moment that happens, Bobby just waves a hand at the snipers. They go for the window.
They have a big window, and I have a chair.
Yeah.
Okay, so the snipers take out the window, and then as the windows start to shatter, you hear a voice come from the center of the room. Like, at this point, the blinds are down. Like, they've just straight up fallen. And you see, like, as you see in the room, you don't see anything in the room itself, but it's like, you hear a voice yell, "Oh, you thought that would help you see?" And then from what looks like the middle of the middle of the air, like from nothing, uh, a force bolt, like two force bolts kind of shoot their way towards the, uh, kind of the sniper's position, but they don't hear it, or they don't hit it.
Well, in that case, Bobby will just actually at the moment the guy starts talking, Bobby just fires in that direction.
Okay. Roll an action roll for that.
All right. Yes, I'm aiming. That's my position.
Your position is going to be risky. It's going to be risky, base limited.
Standard.
3, 4, 5, 3. So that's going to be mixed success. The thing that's going to happen is that, you hit from the, and actually, I'm going to move these out of the way for reasons. You hear a similar grimace that you got a partial hit, but nothing really concrete. And then there are just shots kind of ring from your in your direction. You see like them come towards you. You do not see the thing that is shooting them towards you.
Oh, hopefully that's enough for Robbie to find the person.
I guess I can rush in. It's big old open window.
Okay, so you're gonna try and rush in the window and try and like hit something.
Yeah, I'll hit everything. I have a big fucking chair, and it's not a huge room.
Okay, so that's gonna be hella desperate.
Sure
Um,
is.
and your effect's gonna be base limited.
So it's standard.
It's standard.
Let's see, just to be sure, 4 for strike, 1 from boosts, and an additional 1 because I'm using a chair. Excuse me, improvised weapon. So that's 6 dice, baby.
Uh-huh. Well, that's 2 greens in there. 2, 6, 5, 6, 3, 1.
Crit, baby.
So here's how this works. You rush in the middle of the door, or you rush in not the middle of the door. You basically slide in on that desk, through the thing. As you kind of slide through, you see you see droplets on the ground coming from a source. And you in your it's like, wait, it's you kind of see just blood dripping from something, and it's like you take the. It takes like a half a second for that to register in your head what that means, and you just swing the chair at what you imagine average height to be. And let me see how much damage does your chair do.
I just baseball swing that son of a bitch. Don't forget
Yeah,
to factor in scything strikes,
yeah, that's the thing. I gotta.
which ignores
Okay,
1 armor.
which ignores 1 armor. I don't think that's going to be a thing. Or let's see, scything strikes when you strike ignore 1 armor. Maximum harm threshold of 1. Tell someone is armed and about to strike. When strike action damage is 2 instead of 1. Wait, don't you have? Oh, you don't have I know Kung Fu.
I know.
That being I'm gonna say, because what? It is a critical hit. You know what? I'll give you the 1 extra. You see the the bleeding, and you just wing for head, and you manage to connect, caving in, sending yet an invisible man to this mortal or out of this mortal coil.
Just baseball swing that son of a bitch.
Though, as you connect, you do realize that you are in a room with another person.
Hey, those funny guns of theirs require ammunition, don't they?
Yes.
Okay, good to know.
So, yeah, so I will give you this. The person then tries to load the or like move the gun in, and like I'll just say that the person just as a quick thing just tries to pull the gun or like gun up and tries it, and it's like tries to get in a shot, but
he doesn't.
For the cost of 3 stress they don't.
Yeah, which is gonna make me dazed.
So there is that. So they try and shoot, but they can't. But also at the point that where they had the gun, you could see the gun floating, so you know for a moment where they are.
Time for swing number 2. Luckily, being dazed doesn't affect my ability to swing my fucking chair. Okay.
Your effect's gonna be I'm gonna say it's risky standard. Or
So
risky
great.
risky great.
Oh, damn.
1-5-1-4-3. So that is a mixed success. I will say that the mixed success part of it is that you only hit them for partial. So you got a swing in, but it wasn't like a full connecting swing. And in retaliation, they will get an attack off, which is a. I have to look up what the magic skill. They will get a magic bolt off in your direction, saying, "Oh, I don't need that." And you take.
I have 2 armor.
You take. You have 2 armor, but magic bolt has 2 pierce.
You motherfucker.
So you take 2 harm.
Cheating son of a bitch.
So what? You have 6 harm left.
Harm? I have 8 left.
Oh, you have. Oh, was your base? Oh, your base is 10. Yeah, you have 8 left.
Obvious beefy girl.
Quite literally. Okay, so
I was gonna say all American, but that's incorrect.
So with that, does anyone else have an idea on how to solve this problem?
I have one, but Carnival, do you want to do something? You've been on the side so far.
Sorry, what did you say?
Did you want to help out with the situation?
Is he visible then? Because I think I could take a magic bolt shot myself then.
You could probably have seen where the magic bolt came from if you've like been watching inside the room.
I mean, yeah, in that case, Elmas will take a shot on her own.
Okay, that's 1 stress. What is your how are you planning on doing this?
It's gonna be probably channel, because Elvis doesn't have any aim.
Okay, so channel, your effect's going to be, it's just going to be a normal shot because I assume that you'd be somewhere like right here.
Yeah, and that's gonna be 3 stress, because I'm also gonna push, so I'm not just using 1 die.
Okay.
So,
It's going to be a risky standard.
double
5-5.
5.
I will say that your effect is basically that you get the effect is that you wing them, but they get a shot off in your direction as well, and you take one. You also get winged.
Alright. 1 harm.
Yep, 1 harm.
All right, are they dead?
No, they still they are close.
All right. In that case, Bobby's going
Which
to
actually, I
shout.
will. I'm gonna actually move the position just to kind of showcase where they roughly are.
Okay. Bobby's going to shout out, going to give you one last chance to surrender. Otherwise, you're kind of fucked, friend. Going to do charm roll.
All right. I'm gonna say your base effect is going to be limited.
It is not.
It's going to be standard then.
Yes.
Your position's going to be controlled because you're not in. I take it you're doing it from the side.
Yes. Where he's been standing off to the side.
Yeah.
6 dice then.
Let's see. 1, 3, 6, 5, 3. Okay. He is bloody, and he is like. He just kind of stammers. Is like. He just kind of reaches into his coat, or like you hear rustling, and he takes something out and he places it on the desk. And from what you can tell, it looks like a rock. And he just says, "If you let me walk out of here, it's yours."
All right.
We're gonna let him walk?
Going to. Bobby says, turn invisible, please.
You mean
Or turn
turn?
visible. Turn visible, please.
Um. He says, "How do I know you won't just shoot me immediately?"
I mean, if you leave the rock, I can promise I won't harm you.
Because you're in no position to negotiate, friend.
Uh, just kind of like hear nothing for a bit, and you see him turn visible again.
Thank you kindly, sir. And Bobby motions for him to come out of the room.
Okay, he comes out of the room.
All right, well, your fate's not up to me. That's their call to make. And he points at Ash.
Um,
So let's make a good impression.
The person just looks at Ash, and Ash looks to his sniper, or their sniper. And you then hear a shot ring out, and they're dead.
Bobby just goes, "Hmm."
It's great that I have 2 characters with the same name thinking in my head.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right then. How's the Rockarabia?
No, no. Rock, how you doing?
The rock seems as you kind of hold the rock is the rock starts to glow a bit, and Aravia, you hear what sounds like a multitude of thank yous.
Do you want us to get the other shards all over the place and bring them to you?
You hear like multitudes of yes.
Cool. Also, where are you from?
Um, they say we don't know.
Okay, we can figure that out later. Either way, gang, everyone, let's start breaking out those little rocks and bring them back to this big one.
Elvis is just looking entirely very tired, because this is gonna be their job. Okay, Bobby, can you get me like I'll need some like tools
Sure
and
thing.
a couple of people people who can know a bit of mechanical work, because this is gonna take a bit.
That can be done. But before that, I still have my question. I still have a question that needs answering. And he turns to Anton.
Yeah.
Did you bring them here, or did they come here on their own?
Well, we found it from Orion, and we didn't want them to have it, so we brought them here to kind of, study it.
By them, Bobby meant Orion, not Elysium.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Wait, they brought Elysium to the fact. They brought.
Yeah,
I know they brought
and
Elysium to the.
Anton is like, look, me and Elliot wanted to keep Elysium here to observe it because we did not want Orion to have it. Somehow Orion managed to find it here, and we had like those people that you just took out stormed the place and made us do their work for them.
Bobby just shakes his head and says, well, it's in line with everything else that's happened this week. And just walks over to Nash and says, we reacquired Elysium, so I believe with that our contract's complete.
Ash just kind of looks and is like, well, I guess this seems to be what it is. I don't know if there'll be any fallout from this, but I think that's just part of the internal kind of thing.
Yes, relatedly, if I can make a suggestion,
And what's that?
do not give Elysium back to these people.
I thought we were taking Elysium.
You know what, Ash just kind of says, you know what, I think actually it might be best in your hands.
Glad to hear it.
And Ash kind of signals to their snipers, it's like, we're leaving. We're done.
Yes, please take them with you. He points at Elliot and Anton.
Ash just kind of signals them for them to come in, is like, we'll get whatever reimbursement or payment done later. As far as I know, I want to separate distance between us as far as we can for the next few while. We will get in touch regarding any sort of things you'll need, but give us about a week.
You already paid me at the start, so don't worry about that.
Ash just kind of plugs their ears and just is like, plausible deniability.
Yes. Be seeing you.
They kind of just wave back as they all leave.
But speaking of, Bobby pulls out an envelope from his jack pocket, pulls out the rest of the money Ash paid him, and hands half of it to Ravia, half of it to Elm.
Thank you. Okay, so Elvis is looking. Good news is, it looks like pretty much all the chips are accounted for from their stock, but I can't give you like a good ETA on when we would be able to get all of these things extracted out of the microchips.
Bobby, can you get some people to help us with this?
I believe so. Shouldn't be that hard.
After that, we can try to figure out where this colony came from.
Well, Go ahead.
I'd rather be in one piece first, though.
Yes, well, they said something about the mountains out west, so that would probably be a good place to start.
Previous episodes of Hazeltown Story can be found at BeKindRewind.hazel.town or radio.hazel.town. If you would like to know more about the universe and have an interest in video games, you can watch LoloDePuzlo's Journal, our sister show, that can be found at theater.hazel.town or BeKindRewind.hazel.town. If you would like to keep up to date with Lolo, you can follow them at cohost or BlueSky at LoloDePuzlo. There is also a Discord server in which you can potentially catch episodes being recorded live at club.hazel.town. Thank you for listening to Hazeltown Story. I welcome you to come back for more.